was one of our corners. Well, C.C. Hoffman, I don't know what the weight was then. I don't think he was 98. It was probably the next weight up. He wasn't very big. Ustendorf was probably 6'4", 225, and C.C. tackled him a couple of times. I also remember him hurdling C.C. literally right in front of our bench and going 40 yards. I forget what they beat us, but that was the first time we went to playoffs. That was also the first year of Sigourney Keota football. Come in and played tailback and stuff for us, and a very and once again, I hate forgetting guys, and I already for team, and so I'm already forgetting people, and I pre-apologize for that, for forgetting guys, but it was a huge deal. And told me we were going to do this. There wasn't any asking, and we were sharing superintendents with Keota at that time, Keith Sassine, and they didn't have enough kids. And Mark Greiner and Brett, I don't know why I went into that story. So that's going to be the problem with this. I'll go the whole hour. So, but no, that's where single wing started. And I've told the kids at Webster City, have watched a lot. Well, I can't swear on it. I'll get to it. They're still sitting in the garage, and to me, I've only been up there that long. Well, it's been 17 years, and I dug them out here a couple years ago, other than it is on YouTube. But if you really listen, you can hear it. But the Sigourney Keota kids have listened to all that, or the Webster City kids have watched all that Sigourney Keota stuff. They've watched when Coach Jensen's team played in there too, a couple of years ago when they played DeJean and those guys. So it's anyway. I'm going to shut up, okay? Because I'm sure I'm going to get back to some of this stuff once your questions start.
No, on following that too, Coach. The first year you went up to Webster City, were the kids pretty excited to run single wing, or just a change, or did they buy in? Or
well, they bought in because they didn't have any choice, and I was the AD as well, and unfortunately they hadn't won very many games for 10 years, and so they were willing to listen to about anything, I guess. And we did all right to start with, and then Humboldt had won the state the year before, and they had about half their kids back. And I don't know that they overlooked us, because Greg Thomas is a very good friend of mine. He kind of actually replaced Ed as one of, because Ed and I were fairly close. But anyway, we beat them at homecoming. And we beat them because of the single wing. I mean, but then it took off, and it's still. I don't know that it's the identity up there like it is here, okay, and still is, which is so awesome. But like I've said, who's going to be the new coach at Webster City? We don't know. I think we know, but if it isn't somebody who's going to have Clint Howard still coach with them, and they're going to come in and they're going to run the stuff they watch on television, they don't have a quarterback and they don't have any receivers. There's a couple kids that you could develop maybe, and our schedule is really tough. So, and it's going to get worse next year. But anyway, and I don't even remember what the question. Oh, did they receive it? Yeah, they received it. And John Naughton was still working for the Register, and he come up and did a great big story before the season started. Says, you might want to wait and see. And New Hampton was ranked that year. We played them first, and I think we had 390 yards or something. They beat us because we blew a screen pass at the end that they scored on. But then we came back to earth because Eagle Grove pounded us the next week. So it was a learning process for sure. But it's nowadays, and it's kind of an old saying, and I'm name dropping whatnot. These some guys will know the name, but Coach Darlington in Florida is kind of a nationally famous single wing guy, and he's always said, if you are better than other people, then fine. If you aren't better than somebody else, you better be different. If you can be different and better, then you got a pretty good chance, and that's where we were at in 2001 and 2005, and I'm not sure we were better in 1995, that first state championship, playing against Vanden Bosch and Woods and those guys. That team, I hope we'll get to them, because that was the greatest example of mental preparation and visualization and expecting to win that I've ever been around. But yeah.
So you mentioned Clint there, Coach. I know a lot of dads want to coach their kids, but what's the dynamic like coaching with your son?
Oh, with him?
Yes.
Other than keeping him off the field and keeping